Now we reach the final Stoic principle, and this one is subtle, but deadly powerful when understood correctly. Unpredictability. Most men misunderstand this word. They hear unpredictable and think it means being inconsistent, emotionally unstable, or playing childish games. That's not what this is. Stoic unpredictability is not chaos. It's controlled variation. Your values are stable. Your character is solid. Your emotional core does not shake. But your life, your actions, your experiences, those stay alive. Most men fall into patterns without realizing it. Same texts, same responses, same restaurants, same routines, same emotional reactions. And while comfort feels safe to you, it quietly kills attraction. Women are emotional beings, and emotions thrive on contrast, anticipation, and surprise. A Stoic man understands this instinctively. One day, you're focused and unavailable because you're building something meaningful. Another day, you invite her into an experience she didn't expect. Maybe it's a spontaneous walk at sunrise. Maybe it's silence for a few days while you sharpen yourself. Then you return grounded, calm, stronger. She never quite knows what's next, and that uncertainty keeps her mind engaged. But here's the balance. She never doubts your stability. She knows you're not reckless. She knows you're not desperate. She knows you won't bend or break. That combination, emotional safety paired with mental unpredictability, is what creates obsession. Because you are not boring and you are not unsafe. You are rare. Now let me bring this all together with a simple picture. Imagine two men. The first man gives everything immediately. His time, his attention, his emotional availability, his future plans. He texts constantly. He overshares. He adjusts his life around her. And slowly, attraction fades. Why? Because there's no mystery, no tension, no challenge, no depth. Now imagine the second man. He lives with quiet mystery. He controls his emotions. His presence is grounded and calm. He doesn't cling. He masters himself. He lives for something greater than validation, and his life stays dynamic. What happens? She thinks about him when he's not there. She wonders what he's doing. She replays moments with him in her mind. She values his attention because it isn't freely given. She becomes obsessed. Not because he chased harder, but because he stood firmer. This is what most men never realize. Trying harder does not make you attractive. Becoming stronger does. The Stoic man does not try to control women. He controls himself. He doesn't beg. He doesn't break. He doesn't bend just to be chosen. And because of that, he becomes unforgettable. This is why obsession forms, not through tricks or manipulation, but through inner authority. A calm yet powerful man, detached yet passionate, present yet mysterious. That balance is magnetic. So now the choice is yours. You can continue living like the average man, chasing, clinging, hoping. Or you can live these 7 Stoic principles daily. And if you do, you'll notice something change quietly. You'll stop chasing, and one day you'll realize they're chasing you. If this message spoke to you, if it forced you to reflect, don't let it end here. Tell me in the comments, which of these 7 traits do you need to work on the most? And if you want more content like this, content that sharpens you, not comforts you, make sure you subscribe, because the next lesson might be the one that finally changes how you move through the world. Until next time. Now here's where things start to separate the average man from the man women truly can't ignore. This next principle is misunderstood, feared, and often done completely wrong. Detachment. Most men think detachment means being cold. It doesn't. Others think it means not caring. It doesn't mean that either. Detachment means you enjoy her, but you do not cling to her. And almost no man gets this right. The moment a woman senses that your emotional stability depends on her behavior, attraction begins to drain. She feels it instantly. The neediness, the fear of loss, the silent pressure. Even if you never say it out loud, your energy communicates everything. A Stoic man understands a simple truth. Nothing external is ever fully his. Not money, not status, not attention, not even love. He experiences connection deeply, but he doesn't attach his identity to it. So if she pulls back, he doesn't panic. If she needs space, he gives it freely. If she tests him, he remains unmoved. And this drives her psychology wild, because she realizes something unsettling. She cannot control him emotionally. Most men fold under pressure. They explain, they apologize for things they didn't do. They try to fix the mood. But the Stoic man remains centered. And when a woman realizes she might actually lose you, not because you're threatening to leave, but because you're genuinely fine either way, she starts investing emotionally. Fear of loss awakens desire. Now let's move to the fifth principle, and this one is deeply uncomfortable for lazy men: self-mastery. If you want her obsessed, master yourself first. Discipline is magnetic. Not loud discipline, not performative discipline, quiet discipline. The kind that shows in how you live. Think about the man who wakes up early while others sleep, who trains his body even when motivation is gone, who reads while others scroll, who builds while others escape. That man doesn't need to announce himself. His life speaks for him. A woman senses that kind of self-mastery instantly. She sees a man who controls his impulses, a man who doesn't live for cheap pleasure, a man whose life has direction and weight. And something shifts in her mind. She thinks, if he can master himself, he can handle pressure. If he can handle pressure, he can handle me. That's when attraction deepens into respect. And respect is what turns desire into obsession. Now let's talk about the sixth principle. This one decides whether you're admired or forgotten. Purpose. Most men make a critical mistake. They put a woman at the center of their life. They revolve around her. Their schedule bends for her. Their goals shrink for her. Their energy waits for her attention. And without realizing it, they turn her into their purpose. No woman wants that responsibility. She doesn't want to be your whole world. She wants to be part of your world. A Stoic man understands this. His mission comes first. His growth comes first. His values come first. Not because he doesn't care, but because he already has meaning. And that difference is electric. A man with no mission becomes clingy. His energy whispers, "Give me purpose." But a man with a mission already has gravity. His life is moving forward with or without approval. And when a woman sees that, her respect grows. When respect grows, desire follows. And when desire follows, obsession takes root. Because now your attention means something. It's not unlimited, it's earned. She begins competing for your time, not because you withheld it artificially, but because your life genuinely demands it. So ask yourself this honestly. If she disappeared tomorrow, would your life still move forward? Your answer reveals everything. And now we come to the final principle, the one that ties all of this together, the one that turns respect into fascination: unpredictability. And no, this is not about playing games. Have you ever stopped and asked yourself this question? Why is it that some men barely seem to try, yet women can't get them out of their heads, while other men give everything they have and still get ignored? It feels unfair, doesn't it? Almost like the rules are broken. You work hard, you show effort, you care, and somehow that pushes her further away. Meanwhile, another man does less, says less, and somehow becomes unforgettable. But here's the truth most men are never told. Attraction is not built on effort. It's built on psychology. It's not just about looks. It's not money. It's not charm alone. It's how you carry yourself, how you think, how you respond to pressure, how you live when no one is watching. And when you understand this, really understand it, you stop chasing women. Something strange happens instead. They start watching you, thinking about you, and eventually chasing you. In this video, I'm going to break down 7 Stoic psychological principles that quietly flip the dynamic. These aren't cheap tricks. They're not manipulation. They're ancient truths about human nature, especially desire. If you live these, not perform them, you'll notice women responding to you differently. And once that switch flips, there's no going back. So let me ask you something before we begin. Are you ready to stop trying harder and start being stronger? Let's start with the first principle, and this one alone changes everything. The first Stoic trait is mystery. Women are deeply attracted to what they cannot easily figure out. Yet most men do the opposite. They reveal everything immediately. Their past, their fears, their plans, their emotions, their intentions, all in the first few conversations. They think honesty means exposure, but what it actually creates is predictability. And predictability kills attraction. Think about it. When was the last time you watched a movie where you already knew the ending? No tension, no curiosity, no excitement. That's exactly how attraction dies when you give away your entire story too fast. A Stoic man doesn't hide in a deceptive way. He doesn't play games. He simply understands restraint. He speaks when there is something worth saying. He leaves space. He doesn't rush to explain himself. And because of that, his presence lingers even when he's gone. Silence, when used correctly, is powerful. Calm confidence speaks louder than over-explaining. When you don't rush to prove who you are, she starts trying to figure you out, and curiosity is the first seed of obsession. Ask yourself honestly, do you talk too much when you're nervous? Do you explain yourself just to feel accepted? That's not connection. That's giving away power. A Stoic man understands this simple truth. What is rare is valued. And a man who reveals himself slowly becomes rare in a world where everyone overshares. Now let's move to the third principle, and this is where most men completely lose control. Emotional control. Most men fail here. They react instantly. They get angry too fast. They get jealous. They panic when attention disappears. She doesn't reply to a text, and their mind spirals. They double text, they over-explain, they try to fix a problem that doesn't even exist yet. But Marcus Aurelius said something powerful. You have power over your mind, not outside events. That includes how you respond to women. A Stoic man doesn't lose his emotional balance over silence. He doesn't interpret every delay as rejection. He doesn't beg for reassurance. Instead, he stays grounded. He keeps living his life. And that calmness does something powerful to her psychology. She starts asking questions. Why isn't he chasing me? Why does he seem unaffected? Why does he feel so secure? And that's when the dynamic shifts, because nothing triggers obsession faster than a man who doesn't need validation to feel whole. His emotional stability sends a silent message. I choose you, but I don't depend on you. And that difference is everything. Now let's talk about the third trait, one that's becoming rare in the modern world. Presence. Not online presence, not texting presence, real presence. When you're with her, are you actually there, or is your attention split between your phone, the room, and your own anxiety? Most men don't realize how powerful their energy is in a moment. They rush their words, they fidget, they talk to fill silence. A Stoic man does the opposite. When he speaks slowly. When he listens fully. He holds eye contact, not aggressively, not nervously, but calmly. That kind of presence is rare, and rarity creates value. When she walks away from you, she doesn't just remember your words, she remembers how it felt to be around you. That feeling replays in her mind, and that's how obsession begins, quietly, internally, without you doing anything extra. So let me ask you this. Do people feel calmer when you enter a room or more tense? That answer tells you more than you think. This is only the beginning, because next we're going to talk about detachment, the one trait that separates a confident man from a needy one, and the reason some women fall harder the moment a man stops holding on.